What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. Do me a favor, hit the like button right now, and also make sure to hype the video as well. And obviously, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And listen, we are going to be discussing Liverpool Football Club. I know it's not a Liverpool channel, but it's not also a United channel. But I do hate Liverpool and I do support Man United. So we just have to talk about them for now. But it's interesting we talk about Liverpool, but I do want to speak about Dominik Szoboszlai. I feel like now it's okay to discuss Dominik Szoboszlai. Is it because he's doing well? Of course it is. But I do believe it's good to give an objective point of view, bit of analysis, bit of, I think credit where it's due. I think praise, even though he is a Scouser, or should I say a Liverpool player. But I feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Szoboszlai deserves his flowers. And this is a guy, by the way, that, oh, should I say me? This is me who, by the way, when he came to the football club, watched him briefly at was it Leipzig he was at, and he was almost like a utility player. Sometimes on the left, sometimes in the cam, sometimes playmaking, sometimes a bit of a mixture. He was only 20 years old at the time when he was at Leipzig. But I look at Szoboszlai, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He has gone levels in this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think for me, if I'm looking at it in totality, Liverpool's best player. Is it even a madness to say that he has now become almost Mr. Dependable? You're looking at Van Dijk, you're looking at Ekatike, which we will give his flowers, but he has dropped off in certain stages. Salah not had the greatest season. Florian Wirtz has got better as the games have gone on and as the season has unfolded. I'm looking at Cody Gakpo, senior players that have been there for a couple of years. Maybe, to be fair, they came in around similar time. But looking at Dominik Szoboszlai, I think he's 25, 26 now. Midfielder now, you're looking at going into your peak period. But I can't lie to you, he has been the standout performer for Liverpool Football Club. And I feel like now, rival fans, including myself now, and maybe Liverpool fans are saying to me right now, in looking at me in the camera now thinking, I told you so. And I'm glad he's now getting his flowers, because I look at a player that maybe was lost at the start of his career at Liverpool. What was he? He came in with this big expectation. Shout out to Grizz Khan, Hungarian Steven Gerrard, because when he lets one off here, it's an absolute banger. And his goal catalogue this season has been absolutely brilliant. In terms of the goals, he doesn't really score, a tap in or whatever. Very, very fair, few and far between. But when he came into the football club, you know what I mean? It was this case of Hungarian Steven Gerrard. You bought him for, I think it was around 70 million, 60 million, around that ballpark. But he came in. Could he be that almost creating midfielder? Could he be like the player that almost takes up that role as a number 8? I think from Naby Keita, I believe. He takes that role, and can he take Liverpool to the next level? And I feel like that expectation, I don't think he managed it in the first, I would say, maybe start of the season going towards it. I don't think he did, bro. There was obviously some sharp performances here and there, but you kind of almost say to yourself, what is he? What is Dominik Szoboszlai? Is he a 10? Is he a winger? Is he someone that can play in the 8 role? Is he someone that can play in a double pivot? We kind of didn't know what role it was. But now, this season, he has become Mr. Dependable, because he's played right back, he's played in midfield, he's played on the left, he's played on the right, he's played across multiple positions. But what he has done now is that he's mastered that. He has now become so dependable, so reliable, is that you can put him anywhere on the football pitch and he will put in a performance. That right there is a brilliant asset to have if you're a Liverpool fan. That right there, for me, is something that you want to see. I remember Owen Hargreaves, and I'm not trying to say Owen Hargreaves is Dominik Szoboszlai and vice versa, but you put Owen Hargreaves at right back, he'd do a job. You put Owen Hargreaves in midfield, he'd do a job. You put Owen Hargreaves at right back, he'd do a job, bro. And them sort of players here, you need in your squad, whether you like it or not, whether it's looked down upon now as a footballer to be a jack of all trade but a master of none. You feel me? Like them kind of players that just don't really have a locked in position, but for some reason, when they play everywhere, it's like, wow, man, this guy can do a job everywhere. You know what I mean? If you're looking at Hungary, he's more of a leading prominent role in terms of maybe their creativity and what they want in that aspect. But at Liverpool, obviously Florian Wirtz is coming now for big money. He's then had to step back in a role where maybe he might not be used to it. You got Gravenberch and McAllister, so they maybe are taking the role in that double pivot. But again, this season, because Liverpool haven't really bought a right back in a sense, he's done a job at the start of the season at a right back and was excelling in that role. But I think the key thing for me is Dominik Szoboszlai's return of goals. I was actually just watching a comp of the goals he scored here. Free kick against Man City, unbelievable. The goal against Brighton, banger. There's another goal here. I don't know if that's from Leeds. Goal there, here. Goal Marseille. Goal against, I can't remember that one there. Bournemouth goal, unbelievable. The Arsenal one at the start of the season, like, it's crazy. When this guy scores goals, it's absolutely mad. And his goal return this season and his assist record this season has been, for me, the most impressive. I mean, Hugo Ekitike has been outstanding this season. I can't believe Mo Salah's actually got 15 GA this season, despite it looked like being a poor season. But 17 goals, that's 10 assists, I believe, and 10 goals and 7 assists. It's a goal every 179 minutes for Dominik Szoboszlai. And I can't lie to you, if you get a return of a midfielder around about 10 to 15 goals, you've actually won, you know. You've actually won. If you can get a midfielder, you got to remember, it's not really been playing midfield, has it, really? Sometimes playing right back. For you to get a right back slash midfielder playing and the way he's playing and getting the goals and getting the assists, I can't lie to you, man. You are not going to be mad at all, man. And this is the beauty of the Dominik Szoboszlai story, is that you've got a player now who is now becoming that integral box-to-box, driving into space, that engine, that fearlessness, that player that is stepping up in big games, free kicks. You know, it's almost like now a given that Dominik Szoboszlai, can we talk about him? Are we going to talk about him? And if you're looking at it now in terms of player of the season category, he's up there. If I'm looking at the player of the season, Declan Rice, Szoboszlai, Bruno Fernandes, he's stepping up into that territory, which I don't think he's ever been. I swear down, guys, you've never ever looked at Dominik Szoboszlai and thought, yo, why is he not in the likes of the older guards, the guys that are in there, the best eights in the world? Last season, obviously, it was it was McAllister, it was Gravenberch. You know, you kind of got maybe here and there with Dominik Szoboszlai, but now more than ever, you got Dominik Szoboszlai at the forefront of everything for Liverpool Football Club, and it pains me because I'm thinking to myself, yo, man. Wirtz, I know sometimes he's drifting in and out of the game. He's getting better and maybe as the season goes on. Ekitike's dropped off a little bit, but you need that one constant guy that's going to be there no matter what. And I feel like he's been there for Liverpool no matter what. And that's why he's getting his flowers, bro. You wouldn't see me doing this video if I wasn't really, truly meaning what I said. Like, I really mean what I say. And that is, you know what, fair play. Dominik Szoboszlai, it's not one of them where you can just banter. You just can just say, you know what, man, you know, yeah, bun your guy. Like, really and truly, when I'm watching, I'm like, yo, Dominik Szoboszlai, again, man of the match, again. Like, it's becoming more and more kind of like, it's becoming normal now. And that's the key thing now for Liverpool fans, is that you got a guy that's almost becoming the player of the year for Liverpool. Player of the, play right now, the man of the moment, the MVP. That's the guy that is Dominik Szoboszlai. Whether it continues or not, we'll see. Does he really get injured? I don't think so. If I'm being honest with you, I don't really see him get that many injuries. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But Dominik Szoboszlai now, for me, for Liverpool Football Club, is becoming very, very integral. And I feel like the goal catalogue in itself are crazy. Big goals, big moments. The Man City one, for me, is ridiculous. Pressure moment, bang. Obviously, what happened after was a bit of a madness. But again, it just shows you the fact that he's having to play in a different position, having to go there, having to defend. This is what you get with a player like that, bro. You're getting a player who's almost everywhere now. You know what I mean? And the engine that this guy has, the lungs, bro. Like, we used to have Park Ji-sung, like I said to you, Park Ji-sung, Hargreaves that would not stop running. You're looking at a player, like I said to you, that's having to play right back and play there very comfortably. It's very, very difficult for you to be playing in a position that isn't your kind of forte, and you're playing with such ease. very, very such ease. So that is something that, I mean, it's gonna catch a lot of eyes. And when I see eyes, Real Madrid apparently today, the Hungary boss Marco Rossi has admitted Dominik Szoboszlai has dreamed of playing for Real Madrid since he was a young boy. Szoboszlai has always one single dream in his life to play for Real Madrid. He told Marca, "I've known this since a little boy who just started playing, and his dream was playing for Real Madrid." I mean, listen, are we going to be in the long list of players from Liverpool to go to Real Madrid? I mean, Trent is the latest example of that. I don't know how long he's got left on his contract. If I was to double check if his contract is running out soon, how much is he on? You know what I mean? Let me just check actually. Capology, Capology Liverpool, and actually find out what he's actually on and whether he's actually getting the wages he actually deserves. Oh wow, oh wow, 120 grand a week. See, that is nasty. When you look at players like Cody Gakpo on 250, I know it's not being verified yet, but that's the latest rumors. I mean, wow. 160. He's what contract runs out 2028. He's still got 2 years left on his deal, but you're always approaching that time of the year where 2 years left on your deal and you're absolutely, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether he's got 1 year extension on top of that. But yeah, I think he's probably going to deserve more. Is he going to go and get more? We'll find out. Yeah, that's crazy. 120 grand a week. Like I said to you, this end of the season, this is where it's best time to kind of maybe and Liverpool to put him on a long term deal. The fact that Chiesa is getting more than him is wild to me, and Chiesa has never been obviously part of the first team plans in that regards. I don't believe he goes to Real Madrid because I feel like they've got already a player. And again, people are going to say to me, "Oh, but he's not that sort of player." But Valverde, in terms of that box to box nature, I don't know if they need that. They already got Camavinga. I don't know if they're looking for that sort of player, Real Madrid, if I'm being true and honest with you. But the more you keep it like that, the more you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really play to his demands. Maybe they look elsewhere. Who knows? But Liverpool can't afford to lose him. They cannot. When I look at the market right now, the market is so bad for these sorts of players that are multi, you know what I mean, in terms of positional wise, can play across the front three, sorry, the middle three, can go right back, can do a job out wide as well. Very, very much in terms of box to box, high energy, pressing. You know, I mean, this guy's a runner. He's become a leader. Any captain for Hungary. Very difficult to find this in the market, bro. You're really probably the best one is Tonali. Is Tonali like a similar kind of vibe to Sabozlai? Maybe, maybe. Who's technically better? You know what I mean? I'll let you decide on that one. But then again, you're spending that much money. Why should you keep the player that you've got right now? So, yeah, people, let me know in the comments below. Please do hit the like button on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. But yeah, Dominik Szoboszlai, I can't lie to you, man. He's cooking. Dominik Szoboszlai is cooking. Take care, bye. Peace.